Ooh, commentary B.
Okay, so looks like we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. Ganon stole our internet. We had to go clear 3 dungeons to get the Ethernet cable from the pedestal, but we are now in business.
Yeah, and it turns out that green pendant was just a bomb upgrade. So, as expected, Hippo now making his way into Ice Palace in order to clear out this last pendant dungeon, but the last real, like, nexus of item locations in the game for them.
Yeah, he did a good job going through town and working his way to Pyramid into the green pendant, but yeah, we're in Ice Palace. And the bar is giving him a little bit of trouble here, but...
Now, he's going to hope, of course, to find that Quake Medallion long before he has to go all the way through Cold Stare, but it's still just a few minutes to check this dungeon.
Yeah, you might get lucky that the first chest here will indeed have what you're looking for. And so it makes it a very quick check.
Yeah. So with that, Hippo has entered full go mode. He just has to take care of Misery Mire now.
Yep. And he does... They both actually open up the rock from the south. So the Mire Entanglement or Spooky Action Glitch on the table for both of them, except for g3rd0. He needs to be able to get into the dungeon here. Unless he went to ice and I wasn't aware. No, okay.
Yeah, no, he did not. That's his first look at the medallion requirement.
So pretty feels bad when you get every medallion but the one you really want.
And now it's a question of how long of... failing to get the bonk there to jump across. It's a question of how long will it take Hippo to find the big key here in Misery Mire. Will he get a Guide Mire, or will it be a more traditional clear? We'll find out in just a few moments. Did not get a 1 cycle because of his pathing there was a little stuttery.
Yeah, you can clear out that room very quickly. There's no RNG too early. You do have to account for 1 popo, but as long as you can do the room skillfully, you will always get the quick cycle for that room. There's a few different ways to do it, but unfortunately just feeling a little bit short there. Also, if you hear my dog, she wants in. She's completely fine. She's adorable and annoying. So don't worry about her.
g3rd0 finally getting a look at Ice Rod Cave. Sees a bottle he could have had a lot earlier. Not that that would have made a difference for him.
Hey, nice big key.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Almost as good as you could hope for to get through Misery Mire here.
Yeah, g3rd0 is a very heavy favorite in terms of execution for this race, but Hippo goes to where the value is. Has a good sense of routing here. Oh, unfortunately, g3rd0 missing the fire rod shot there. You can call the duck. You can activate the flute, and it will reset your altitude variable, which will make the AoE of the fire rod more consistent. Looks like g3rd0 tried to do that. A little bit of an energy type input from him there, but. Yeah, and of course, g3rd0 finding his Quake Medallions, so he is also in go mode. And actually, this is very exciting. From here on out, it's largely execution, and g3rd0 is the favorite in this regard. So between GT Big Key, this race can go anyway.
Yeah, there isn't many more opportunities to make up large amounts of time Hippo, of course, no slouch, and has clearly shown his ability to fight Ganon and make his way through Ganon's tower. A lot of this is going to come down to the big key location and whether or not there's an opportunity to make up some time here.
Yeah, the big key will be the largest swing. But past that, it'll come down to a lot of little time saves. Most players, when they enter a room, can lose at least a second or more, and you might not even be aware of how much time you're losing when you enter a room. But I think everyone knows what time it is. Do you know what time it is?
It is time to start the Big Key guessing game. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a subscriber to any of the Speed Gaming family of channels, or you have donated 250 bits in support, please enter a number between 1 and 22 now in the chat. Jess, where do you believe we will find the Big E today?
The main numbers that I like to guess are 7, 12, and 22. In this case, I'm going to go 15.
Oh. Alrighty, 15 is your guess. I'm going to go with 6, actually, today.
Oh, you are an old man.
Yeah.
Don't you know it's never 6?
It hasn't yet been 6 for me, so we'll find out.
Yeah. I have seen it be 6 once. And that was actually recently, and I got really excited. But yeah, GT, pretty interesting. I have my own method for going through. Generally speaking, I think the two optimal kind of paths through the tower are where you dip left and then go full right, or you dip right and then go full left. Some people like to find a key on right and they'll continue going right. That is perfectly viable as well. I guess my thinking is, as long as you check the early locations on either side, you mitigate any risk depending on where your opponent went.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you've got a few more seconds now to enter your key number guess. And the game is afoot.
Yeah, it looks like g3rd0 sitting up here, and yeah, it successfully does the glitch. It's very nice. He'll get some good time save there. So Hippo gonna go right. I kind of favor this myself. I like to check the first 2 on the right, and then I'll go check the 5 items on the left, and then make an informed decision whether I want to go full left or full right. For me, if I go from right to left and then back to full right, I've kind of nicknamed that Dark Magician Girl strat. It's actually one of my favorite strats to do, but let's see. 3 items down, no keys so far.
So chest number 4 is a map. 5 will be a piece of heart. Here it comes. This is all or nothing. Well, first he's got to take care of some Staphos. Number 6 bombs. I lost again.
Yeah, a key. So my personal feeling is, like, if I were, obviously as a commentator or a viewer, you kind of put yourself into the racer's shoes, considering what option you would go for. For me, I would be very tempted at this point to have mirrored and gone to the right, and or go to Bob and Armos. Should we note that, even though going to the right isn't as popular, in terms of time, it's actually the quickest way to get to Bob and Armos. So if you feel that the key is going to be right side or Bob and Armos, then going to the right is better. The trade-off, of course, is that you get 2 more chests on the left side.
So small key in 9 still.
Yeah, I haven't timed the time save in a while. I counted something like 52 seconds if you go full right to get to Bob and Armos quicker.
Oh,
but there is the big key.
There it is. Big key, chest number 13, ladies and gentlemen. So congratulations if you chose 13.
I'm just too short.
So that means that we did have someone with the absolute correct guess. Utinil. Congratulations to you for correctly guessing the location of the big key. Your name will now forever be emblazoned upon the leaderboard until the end of the tournament and it gets reset. So now the big question is g3rd0 going to change tack and head to the right side? Signs pointing to no at this point, but we'll see.
Yeah, so we're in Tomb of the Gauntlet. The fire rod is very good in this room here. Obviously, normally enemies burn, but the skeleton, they don't really have fleshy bits. They just kind of go into dust immediately.
Yeah, very
so
dry.
No burning here.
That errant fireball managed to find its way past that riot shield. Knocked Hippo out of that dash, but onto Landmolus 2. Gets a pretty solid one cycle there.
Yeah, Hippo using the canister Mire in the room is designed for. I do believe in the player's guide of the game they actually mention that strategy for that room. They do not mention it for this room, if I'm not mistaken, so it's pretty interesting. And g3rd0 getting his key here, so hot on Hippo's trails. Question marks like the Ganon RNG are taken out because it's made the same between both runners, but it still will come down to an executional factor. And then of course they have the Ganon fight. g3rd0 being a 125 runner, not getting 1 cycles on phase 1 and 2 would be very peculiar. So like in my head it's almost already a write-off, but it is still very tricky. So we'll really have to see. Hippo, it's his lead to lose currently. Everything you do will bleed time. And g3rd0 going for a nice bow dash. The bow dash actually isn't that bad there and can make the, dashing through the spikes very consistent. But then unfortunately the way he activated the crystal switch had a little bit of a hiccup.
Excellent Troll Dorm 2 fight there for Hippo. Got the hit on the dash and then the spin.
Yeah, g3rd0 reading the Ganon Ball RNG there, so it got through very quickly. So yeah, he's making good time here. And that was a good Moldorm 2 from Hippo. So Hippo heading into Aga 2 here shortly. g3rd0 Gauntlet 2.
Gets a nice double. Could have had a triple there, I think.
Yeah, it's still good though. As a pretty favorable pattern. Part of the strategy in terms of the fight comes down to whether you want to charge or do slashes. There are situations where slashes are better. There are situations where charge spins are better. But pretty decent fight. And really, I think that's what you want, a decent fight.
Yeah, you just want a nice solid 4 cycle is perfect, really. I mean, obviously, getting him down in 2 would be amazing. 3 is nice, but...
Yeah, 2 is RNG dependent because of Agnum's, the blue balls that can be fired on the 2nd cycle. So really, you kind of look to 3. 3 is a good fight. 2 is exceptional, both in terms of making sure you execute it, and the RNG is good. 4 is like okay, and then anything more than 4 is like a not good Aga fight.
So Hippo gets the first 1 cycle. I don't know that he'll have it in the 2nd phase. Nope.
Yeah, so
just couldn't get the spin slashes necessary there. But 2 cycling phase 2.
Yeah, so taking some hits here, but getting through. Of course, he has a fairly healthy lead. g3rd0 making up a lot of time on Hippo. Again, Hippo is still very healthy at the moment, but this is his lead to lose.
Yeah,
and
a fall here would
a player like g3rd0.
Tremendous, but
yeah, a player like g3rd0, he's not going to mess around when it comes to the fight. I'm getting some warps here. The warps are said to be 50-50, but sometimes 37. So no torch glitch from Hippo here, but having the silvers, it really doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's a nice double.
So, provided that Hippo can make his way across this 3-tile wide treacherous bridge, he is going to claim victory. And we laugh, but I did see one bridge fall this tournament that probably didn't make much of a difference. The player was behind by a couple of seconds, but certainly did impact things.
Yeah, he will finish in first place with the SRT time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 53 seconds. I'll have to see about getting him in here for an interview. And the thing is that you can actually get a glitch of not getting in late, not having the cutscene properly activate for Link. So you can get a glitch where you're not frozen during the cutscene, and sometimes people will hold up while they're getting ready to hit time, and they'll just careen over the edge. But if you stand a little bit of a distance, you will never get that glitch.
g3rd0 getting perfect position for those.
Yeah, you can see how, in terms of the fight, g3rd0 very, very comfortable, very practiced and experienced. Again, top runner of the game. A lot of times people learn the rando, but they won't necessarily learn Zelda. g3rd0 has learned Zelda and the rando. So just very, very, very solid player. And of course, Hippo tearing through the tournament, doing a very good job in his own right. Yeah, so he GG's g3rd0. Oh, it looks like he's gonna set up a bit of a fun little glitch here. Doing an item dash during the freeze here, and if you hold a direction, you'll kind of ricochet, bounce around the screen. He chooses not to bounce around. He goes straight into the end. So a little bit of fun for him at the end there. And GG's to g3rd0. He will finish in second place with an SRT time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 53 seconds. So exactly 2 minutes between them, according to SRTV time. And yeah, I wasn't paying attention to it entirely, but I guess about a minute made up between the tower alone. So, you know, if you think of execution, that 1 minute, that's an insane swing. Okay, we'll play by both. About 1 hour 30 finish. So definitely a good time.
Yeah, and we're just waiting to hear back from them, see if we can find them to have a little chat with them here in the stream. But in the meantime, we'll take this opportunity to thank OSS Geek, who was our tracker today, keeping all the lights lit up at the bottom of the screen. Makes our job easier, makes everyone else's job easier, and certainly makes it a lot more interesting to follow along. As well, just a special shout out today to the Speed Gaming staff who managed to work very diligently through some of the troubles that we were having earlier on. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tracking can be, and restreaming as well, can be a bit of a thankless job. we have our names up here and we get to talk during the race. But definitely the unsung heroes. Hiccups, a lot of scrambling behind the scenes. So, a lot goes into this. So definitely, show them your appreciation or respect, especially if you're not able to watch the stream or track right away, and then you're scrambling because we had a little bit of a delayed start. But still working on getting them in here for an interview. And the couch cash sleeps again. So I'm sorry, chat, but head dead.
So we do have tomorrow, just from a scheduling standpoint, we will be seeing Game 2 of this matchup tomorrow at 4 p.m. Likely, it's unknown right now which channel exactly it will be on, but can look forward to that. Additionally, the Christo Sewing versus Kyong 92 matchups scheduled to start on Friday, also at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So we will be hoping to see most of you at that time. Additionally, a lot of people are asking in chat about the Andy and Zero tiebreaker game. My understanding is that Andy's traveling or something right now. He's on his way back. So that'll get rescheduled as soon as he's available to do so. And so in chat now we see that g3rd0's not going to be able to join us today. He's got to take off. We did know that there was a little bit of a time crunch for the runners today, so let's make sure we throw some GGs up in chat for him. And we look forward to seeing tomorrow's matchup.
Sorry for the silence. Still trying to figure out what's going on here. Taking a little bit. Yeah, still no word from hippos. We might go without the interview, unfortunately. I'll need to see.
Well, presumably we'll have an opportunity to have a chat with both these players after one of the matches in this set between the two of them. But it looks like we're just not able to get in touch with Hippo at this time. So we're going to have to close it out today. Once again, thanks to everybody who was watching. Again, another just shout out to OSS Geek for keeping the lights lit up at the bottom of the screen, tracking for us today. I'm Crozone80, and I was joined today by Giselle Schaff. Thank you very much, Giselle. I must say, every time I commentate with you, you teach me more and more about this game. I imagine the chat as well enjoys benefiting from your profound knowledge of A Link to the Past and A Link to the Past Randomizer. So thank you very much from my personal self for just being with me today and teaching me a little bit more about this game.
It's very flattering of you to stay, and thank you guys so much. And yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. Everyone starts somewhere. I didn't know anything. When I got going, and it's just really fun learning about game. You have a love and a passion for the game. You study it, analyze it, and want to improve. So, just putting in a lot of time and effort. And for my part, I want to try and share back, to as many people. Others might not know something, I might not know something, but if it's never mentioned, then no one knows anything. And so, for my part, I like to share as appropriate. And yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you so much. And yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Having a good co-commentator, bouncing off their energy and whatnot. Makes for a very fun commentary, and also makes for a good commentary. Just leading the people going through and trying to paint the match. But yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So as we said, guys, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the second matchup in this game, or in this series as well. Friday, we have scheduled the Christos Owen and Kyung game. So keep apprised of the schedule, and we'll see you at the next match.
Bye.